I don't care.
You don't want spice, like, okay, not vodka, no spicy.
I don't think anything too spicy.
Spicy Italian. Okay.
Go ahead.
There's a roasted garlic, Newman's roasted garlic.
Oh, so we didn't do the countdown. We're live, is what you're telling me. Okay. All right, honey, I'm live. I gotta go. Just whatever sauce you want. I don't want vodka sauce tonight.
Okay, bye. Yeah.
And meatballs.
Oh yeah.
All right, love. All right. He usually does a countdown, and I thought I had time to jack around here, and I don't. So, well. All this you wouldn't have seen. The exciting world of Mueller Manor here. Mancow Manor. And the mic is off a little. Oh, whatever. Hey, guys, how are you? Welcome. I am just back from the trip of my life. I have been all over the world numerous times. And I really wish that someone had gotten me when I was still a young man and grabbed these shoulders and shook me and said, get to Peru. I loved it. My taxes here on Mueller Manor are $70,000 a year, my property taxes. We don't own anything. This is slavery, what we live in. This really is what Alex Jones used to call many years ago that we would chuckle at on my program, a prison planet. What do you own? If I don't come up with $70,000 every year, they sell your taxes, and then some jagoff has your. I mean, it's just the evil of the empire, right? So, and this is a nice little Cuban I brought back. But I got a lot to talk about. So I'm rethinking my life. F. Scott Winslow ran numerous hospitals and some political campaigns. And we talked to him on this show, and he's in Argentina right now. And he sent me several videos. Beautiful displays of food for $3. Including this exact bottle of water, which I think is like $5 over here at the whole paycheck, over the Whole Foods. But over there, it's I don't know. I'm telling you, this is all day. I forgot to turn off my phone, and you caught me here. We haven't started the show yet. Hey, Ted, how are you? Well, I'm doing my podcast right now. Right now. And you're on it. So let me call you back. But I'm going to talk about you. So jump on Spotify or Rumble or wherever you get your podcast. Because I'm going to talk about him. He's dating a girl 30 years younger, super hot. When I was in Peru, look, I have a type and you have a type. And my type is petite brunettes, long black velvet hair, early 20s, making a run at me, telling me they love me. Venezuelan girls. Now, this is very dangerous for me to be saying. Why am I saying this? Look, do I think I'm good looking? Wow, I look really. Oh, no, it's this. I thought it looked like a bald spot. No, it's the shine of that. Okay. What's the point of me telling you this? Ego, edge got out. That's what the Dalai Lama told me. When I was with Father Caswell yesterday at church, we discussed this as well. Ego, edge got out. So, I enjoyed being single. I like being married more. I'm happily married. I love my wife, and I have no intention of getting a divorce. Let me be very clear there. But it is something when you go to these places, and I've heard the same in Mexico and other places as well. In fact, sitting in Sicily, where my wife is from, parades of them. They look just like her. I'm going to go by. Why am I telling you this? I just think it was a nice reminder to me. And they say, with women, it's not about looks, obviously. And it's not about age. Obviously, what could a 20-something-year-old girl see in me? Let's be honest. It's about lifestyle. And that's what's important to them. We value looks. We do. And, boy, they're there. And what's happened is we race towards communism. Other countries have done it, and it's never works. These Venezuelan women are in Peru, and they're desperate. And I had one in a taxi cab. I was with a group of people, but just, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Seemed pretty believable. Not as believable as my wife, but anyway, I don't cheat on my wife, whatever. I want to just say it's, if you're feeling put upon, if you're feeling overtaxed and overworked in this police state of Illinois, if you want to join the great exodus, I think now is the time. Now is looking like it's the time for me. You may remember the birth of my daughters. You may remember me getting married on the Fox News channel around the world. Well, my daughters are now going off to college. And so empty nesters, all of that kind of stuff. I hate that term, empty nesters, whatever. But, so for the tax dollars, chicken face. So for the tax dollars that I spend here, where I sit in Peru, I spotted a piece of paradise for $30,000 American dollars that had a waterfall and a river and was truly paradise. And for $70,000 a year, I have a full-time chef, I have security, and I have a live-in maid, I guess. Massages every week, fresh food made for me. They have you're gonna see some of my home movies. You'll see some of the home movies. You'll see some of the beautiful ladies that I saw. And no, it just causes you to rethink it. And what I've always hated about this city, look, I love Chicago, but what I've always hated about this city is the gotcha, right? The red light cameras, the turn right cameras, this fee, that fine. I'm parking at church and are you 543? Oh, we'll tow you. Oh, shit. Triple your money. Live in paradise. The other thing I'll tell you is when you go to Italy, I eat copious amounts of pasta, pizza, and come back and I've lost weight. You should see how I dined in Peru and lost weight. We are jacked up on chemicals. And I'm not a crusader of any kind on this subject. And I like my junk food like you do. I like raspberry zingers and all that good stuff. Had some Little Debbie Nutty Buddy bars, whatever they're called. I had some Vienna fingers. I mean, I like my trash food. Someone in the audience is looking at their watch, so this must be getting boring. But I'm just saying, go live for the tax money in paradise or sit here. And my daughters aren't here anymore. And it's very hard for me to support the likes of Brandon Johnson and the rest of this evil empire because I am complicit in this. You should see the flags that line all of our streets now. The veterans get one day. The rainbow was God's symbol of hope and love, not a symbol of our confusion. And the flag keeps changing. I have to keep buying new flags from China to celebrate the month. And what does the Bible say about pride? Let's get rid of that slide, Ralph. What does the Bible say about pride? Pride. Have you seen the churches with all the pride? What does the Bible say about pride? Hello, McFly. So this is the little, I'm going to tell you my secret, by the way, my secret to life coming up. Partially from the Bible, partially from interviewing all the greats in my time, and partially from a perfect Moody Blues LP. Ralph, let's start the show. And I got home movies I think you're going to like. Let's start the show and we'll get going here. What? Oh, I know. Like the blues in my fire. All right. Let's go. All right, here we go. Let's do this. All right. Do we want to do this? This is the Lion's Den. I hope you know before you tuned in. This is where the angels and the devils fight. They're choosing up sides tonight. Me, I'm part man, part monkey, part mystery. And the angels and the devils are playing to avoid my personality. Let's go. Okay. So I say Bibles, and I probably shouldn't say Bibles because there's only one Bible, but I have what I call Bibles. And I'm sure I've shown them to you. If you don't have them, get them in your life. This is my copy. I've given out hundreds of copies. This is called Jesus Calling. I often have given these out, and years later hear from people that still look at it every day. Every day, 30 seconds, Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. You got to have it. And then there's this, the Bible. The Bible. Unfortunately, has lots of notes in it from when I went to Harvest Church, that I now believe was run by somebody completely satanic. So that's kind of tough to look through that Bible now. Maybe it's time to get a new one. The Power Within. Are you familiar with this book? This was my manual for many years. I don't know who wrote it. The Power Within. It's the one and only Power Within. And this, I met and had him sign it. John Cleese. John Cleese is a hero of mine because he's refusing to go back and appease the movement for June. Go back and cut out anything that's offensive to them And he said, no, it's comedy, and I'm not going to change it. They want to go back and change everything. My secret, I will tell you that coming up. I was part of an exorcism that I want to talk about only briefly. Oh, here's something I got in the jungle. You fill it with water. Pretty weird to be out in the jungle and see these feathered people and you hear these birds and you think they're all around you. And then these guys come out like the Emerald Forest, the John Borman movie, the Powers Booth movie. If you've never seen the Emerald Forest, what a movie. And you want to buy this? I think it was like $1, all handmade and painted. They're all different. Beautiful, beautiful. And then I got this, which I love. I wish you could see how beautiful that is. It doesn't work on this video. $5, I think. Anyway, look, I pray for a fast death. My father-in-law is going through brain cancer right now, and he went to the doctor today. Great things. He's fine, but I do pray for a quick death. Someone I know was greatly troubled. I called a priest friend of mine. Have you heard this story? I called a priest friend of mine, and he said, yeah. And I said, look, we'll go to a restaurant. We'll have fun. I'll buy dinner. We'll have a couple of drinks. It'll be fun. And as I was walking in to the house, I thought, this person should probably have some private time with the priest. And I stayed behind in my car. An hour and a half later, after texting and Instagram and all that happy horse shit, the priest comes out, and it was a real battle. And I guess he's gone through 2 weeks of really tough stuff. And he said that as I walked up to church, he saw some stuff and says I need to be prayed up. To be very clear, I have felt absolutely nothing other than some lust, maybe, as expressed earlier, but I have felt no great challenge. I felt nothing attached to me, but I have done the prayer of deliverance 3 times. And also, it says to pray for things. This is the Bible. Compassion, faith, gentleness, hope, humility, joy, kindness, light, love, mercy, modesty, patience, purity, tranquility. Do any of these sound like me? They don't sound like me at all. And then what we should pray against is a long list. Anger, arrogance, bitterness, confusion, envy. I'm envious sometimes. Hate. I certainly hate those in power. I don't hate the little guy. I hate those communists in power, those bastards. Resentment. I resent people that did me wrong. Unforgiveness. It's very tough when you have family members that steal from you to forgive them. So I got some praying to do, and I got some work to do. So anyway, there were shadowy figures. There was all kinds of bad stuff, and the priest was exhausted, and we had a exhausting dinner. And he said, "You saved your friend, and you saved his family, and good job." And now he's concerned about me because these things want revenge. I want to tell you something else, and I played with this stuff. I had this stuff on my show. I really want you to think about this. And I did it, I think, sometimes innocently. Astrologers, channelers, charters, clairvoyants, crystal healers, fortune tellers, mediums, the New Age movement, the occult, palm, tea, and leaf readers, tarot card readers, psychics, spirit guides, all of this stuff. I walked into the voodoo shop years ago in New Orleans. You have too. And you might want to jump online if you played the Ouija board or something. You might have something attached to you. If your mom was into it, my mom was very much into this stuff, and my father disliked it. So did I. You want to pray for generational curses. You want to pray for your baptism and the blood of Christ to wash away those evil things. And so I went to Peru on a UFO dig and to look for ancient aliens and this sort of thing. My friend Kevin Burns created that. I have hung out with Eric Von Donigan, and the truth is I went as a lark. I wasn't very serious, and I had a great time. I don't do anything very seriously. I do find that a sense of humor is a sign of intelligence. It took me a long time to figure out that stupid people don't have a sense of humor. They really don't, and they're angry. And I just ask you to look about the city. No sense of humor, anger, quick to anger, really stupid. And that ain't me. That ain't me, babe, as the turtle sang. So I went, and I had people with me that, this was cut by lasers, and I'm going to show you some video coming up. This had to be cut by lasers, and no, it really didn't. And I questioned these things my entire life. So here I sit. I'm having my 27th birthday coming up. So my entire life, Chariots of the God, Eric Von Däniken, and Ancient Aliens, all my friends were into this stuff. We talked on the radio show endlessly. And they said, no, they had Stone Age tools. They had Bronze Age tools, and they cut them. But there's no chisel marks. Yeah, they sanded them. And they showed me how they sanded them. You could see where they cut them. You could see when the Spanish came up the hill where they stopped. You could see the quarries. And I took boulders bigger than this desk, and I have a massive desk that this computer is sitting upon, and I moved it. I moved giant boulders with 2 fingers. And it looks like rolling pins of rock, and they moved them, and they built earthen ramps, and they put the rocks in place. And when you put 2 rocks cut flat, and they had mathematics, and they had cutting tools, and when you put 2 rocks flat together, guess what? You can't put a piece of paper between them. We couldn't do that today. It's bullshit. We could make those buildings today. And I will tell you one that's exactly like it. What used to be Excalibur, where I met my wife, where I was buried alive. That building is one of those buildings. They can't do that today. Sure they can. We just don't need to spend. These buildings took a year at a time to make. They had endless labor, slave labor. And look, giants, yes, I do believe in the Nephilim. I do believe giants walk the earth. But I don't believe there's any proof to me. Sorry, Timothy. All these people that I've had on the show, to me, I don't believe it. I don't believe that ancient aliens were we put here from somebody else. I think from God. Did ancient man think space aliens were God? I don't think so. I think it's something else. Oh, so you'll see some stuff. Anyway, I'm convinced there were tour guides there, and they would play along. Well, yeah, I mean, it could be ancient aliens. And did the monks know how to hum and levitate rocks? And the rocks do have a high metal content in Peru. Did they levitate these rocks? Or was it that ramp right there? And 100 guys in the rolling pins, and they moved the rock, and I saw how they did it, and you didn't need space aliens, guys, and they had nothing else to do. They didn't have TikTok. They didn't have anything else. I feel like you want me to talk more about the exorcism, but I don't really have much more to say other than this stuff is real. You don't want to mess with it. If you have a wife that's into this stuff and she thinks it's harmless, your life will be affected. And you need to get to church. You need to get prayed over, okay? Men are from Mars, women from Venus. I used to have that guy on my show. And I think all the rest, somebody pulled out of Uranus. If you could change one thing in the world, we were playing a card game with our kids. If you could change one thing in the world, what would you do? What would you do? Write me at Instagram. It looks like me as a dictator. You won't be able to find me. They make it very tough. Find it very interesting that Instagram puts on fake accounts of mine using my name, which I own. No one else owns that name. No one else can use the name Mancow. I've talked about this before. Those are fake accounts. You have to really search to find the real me. Real evil is afoot here, folks. And when you do find me and you know it's me and it's a kind of a painting of me as a dictator, I've shown it before, please like and follow and send the stuff on. But please, I do read all of your comments. So what is the number one thing do you know what you would change? Do you know what you would change? How about you over there, lady? No, you. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be? No question, I know what it would be. One thing in the world, what would it be? One. What are we doing? Oh, there it is. Yeah, no, go back. Yeah, that's the Emperor logo. You can't make it larger, but you can see it. You get the idea. That's what it looks like. That's if you want to find me. And boy, is it tough. I mean, I'm in Peru, I'm in China, I'm in Japan, I'm in Germany, and I can't find you, and I can't find me on their phones or on their tablets. Okay, go back to me here. Is there any slides you want to show? Let me just tell you the one thing I would change. I would immediately push a button and get rid of the internet. It's destroyed our children. I see what it did to my lovely kids. I see what it does to every lovely kid. Books and art and reading and reading is books, but imagination and then this. Oh, dullards. Oh. You see the beautiful women out. Oh. You see the guys out with the beautiful women in the other area. Oh. Reminds me when I went to Islamic countries and you see the men separated from the women. Hey, fellas, this is not working out for you. The chicks are over there. Oh. I did discover a drink, and I say this and people laugh because I'm Mancow and they think it's funny and I'm not being funny, but I did discover a drink that could make me a drunk, which is a passion fruit pisco sour, which is a Peruvian brandy with fruit juice and bitters and an egg white for a froth. And my God, is that drink? I think we'll see that coming up as well. So look, I got more stories in the Willis Tower. I could go on and on here. I do try to speak truth against power with this show. And so if you're aboard, jump aboard. And we're going to show you some home movies. I think you'll get a kick out of them. And I highly recommend Peru. I did it by train, and I did it first class by train, 1940 style. I did the King of Peru's train from the 1940s, brass and glass and wood, and it was really something. And Machu Picchu is breathtaking, as you'll see. SpaceX stock, boy, they're really trying to sell it. Twitter stock not doing so well. You know, Elon's a tough one for me because I don't like Neuralink and I don't like a lot of his other stuff. And he's put a woman in charge now at Twitter. He's got a head woman, one of the head women at Twitter that is a globalist, and I don't like her. Isn't it amazing that people that said they thought Trump was the greatest president in history and they love Trump and Trump, the minute they start working for Fox News Channel, all of a sudden they don't like Trump and DeSantis is great. That worries me. I've heard that Bush, the former President Bush, the one's alive, is a big DeSantis fan. That worries me. My friend Roger Stone can't stand him. Trump can't stand him. What is it that I'm missing about DeSantis? Is he a globalist? And of course, they do put up people that look good for us. Well, I could put up with that. That's not that bad. I like Florida, and you just wonder if he's just another sellout. The new Indiana Jones movie. Iger had not done it. Iger is now the head of Disney. He came back after what was disastrous, and apparently the original version of this new movie. Indiana Jones dies. The girl, of course, because Kathleen Kennedy and Disney, it has to be a girl. The girl puts on the hat and we hear the indie music. She's the new Indiana Jones, and audiences went, boo! So it's been redone, and I hear it's fan serviceable and good. I'm really looking forward to the Mission Impossible. Boy, that Scientologist does great movies, doesn't he? That Tom Cruise does good movies. So, yeah. Another thing you can write me about, when I'm in Japan, I bow. And my father used to say, you bow to no man. And the Bible says, don't bow to anyone before me. When I bow politely in Japan, is that against God? Is that against our Bible? I wonder. You're going to see some of the women here. I'm going to show this. We're almost going to end here. Our ratings are up 30%. If we did this every week, we could have a monster show, they're telling me. But today, one guy showed up late and the other guy didn't get a guest. So, let's do it every day. You guys, we can't even do it once a month without you screwing it all up. And you want to do it every day. Yeah, we'll get great ratings. And the truth is I'm having more fun out and about in the real world than talking about it here. But I don't know. At my age, do I need a hot girl or do I need a girl my own age that knows the signs of a stroke? That's funny. Okay. Do we want to do the videos yet? I do want to do the Incan Trail now. The Incans were not they're not a type of people. They are a political class. So it's like saying the Republicans, we'll see what the Republicans were like of America 4,000 years from now. No, they were the ruling class. I got in a big fight with a woman, 60s TV star that I've been friends with forever. And the Spanish are bastards and they destroyed the Incans. And the Incans sat on the mountaintops and things were pretty rough for all the slaves. In many ways, just like when the white man moved into Mexico, things got a lot better for the Mexicans. They could own things. They could have land. They weren't, things did get better, but you're not allowed to say that. So she got quite upset. I did want to tell you my secret, and I do have a lot more to talk about, but I'm going to cut it short. But I did want to say that I was at a party, a New Trier party, and kids and their fathers, turns out, were Mancow fans, much to my daughter's surprise. And they don't get it. And how could they? But people were talking about something that is shocking. What is something that's shocking about you? And it was just a group of 100 people, 100 parents. And I said, well, I met Bess Truman as a kid. You ever hear that story? Lee Summit, Missouri, went over to Independence. Raytown, Missouri, Suicide Falls, Missouri, saw Bess Truman, Harry Truman's widow, met her. I was Morton Downey's co-host partially the last year of his career. I was on his show a lot. That's something people don't know about me. And I used to get love letters from John Wayne Gacy. He was in love with me and would call from the prison and try to have phone sex with me. Oh, another one, Donny Osmond. With Donny Osmond, I was offered the role of Pharaoh in the long-running show Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Interesting things you may not have known. It's been a great life. I pray for a fast death. If you hear about me dying quickly, great. What's the secret to life before we roll my home movies from Peru? Boy, I love the people and I love the place. I just want to say it. I love Peru. Moderation, everything. These pisco sours, they recommend locals recommend 2 to 3 a day. I was doing 10 a day. Cuban cigars, I was up to 5 a day. And when I start getting addicted to something, I stop. I tried everything. A Question of Balance was the Moody Blues title. Try everything, enjoy everything. I would never tell my kids this, but do it in moderation. Let's roll the home movies. Go with me now to Peru. We are puddle jumping over the mountains into Cusco in Peru. This is sort of where the movie Alive happened. If we crash, I am willing to resort to cannibalism. So I'm saying to the people around me, if we crash, I'll resort to cannibalism. In some weird situations. What am I doing in Peru at a military base? I ended up at the Pentagon in Peru. They were selling Russian helicopters. There they are. Wow. Do you think we have a chance against them? Mancow, this is a Russian quad anti-aircraft gun for sale. I could have bought it, I guess. Bring it to America. Yeah. How cool is that? Look at that. That is, I think that's another Russian helicopter they were selling at the Pentagon in Peru, and I was there. And it's just bizarre, this huge place filled with all these people selling Glocks and different guns and lots of drones, and they all had beautiful women posing. And there's one striking a pose. I think she was at the Glock booth. Shot through the heart. Yeah. Yeah. Go, yeah, I don't like that. This is at McDonald's.
This is inside
Weird.
McDonald's.
Creepy, right? Creepy, right? Why are we showing these things at McDonald's? Why is that up? And yes, it's traditional. This was going into the train station. This is the train station. First class all the way. And maybe you'd like some fresh juice. I mean, this is elegance. This is White Glove service. There's the train out back. This is train travel. I've always wanted to do it. And sleeper cars, the whole bit, and the glass top windows, and you go out and hang out on the caboose. And traveling by rail in Peru. Look at this. I love you, God. What a life. Oh, this was a great day. Hot girl dancing on the train. Petite brunette made me think of my wife. Some crazy guy in a mask. As you can see the train. Look at that. Look how great that is. That was actually not one of the better cars, but kept making that noise. Natural medicine, bizarre things that I was able to try there. Cocoa leaves everywhere, piles of cocoa leaves. Chris Farley would have loved it. It helps with the altitude sickness. It's very real. There I am, a traditional medicine place with Hugo. There's the ad. Would you do the cocoa leaves? This is the Hilton Hotel tea with it's for altitude serving cocaine tea, and it, you don't get the cocaine feeling from it. It just helps with the altitude. And this is some of the scenery. And this is corn. That yellow you see at the bottom of the screen is corn. This is the valley where they do the corn. They have they have 100 kinds of corn. I had some corn that had kernels the size of my thumb. There's, you see all the corn. There it is. And lots of corn, 2,000 kinds of potatoes. There I am sitting with some locals. That's about 13% of the population. So when you see people look like that, you think that's Peru. That is a hot water bath And I just wanted you to get a feel for the hot water bath. Food is totally different than I thought. I was expecting Spain or Mexico. No, Peru has its own thing. We ate in. That's the pisco. That could be my downfall. That's the first one I had.
Is any good?
It's the greatest drink I ever had in my life. Greatest alcoholic drink I ever had in my life. Stair step. They knew how to. This is thousands of years ago. They knew that the water went down the hill and different nutrients settled in different places, and they knew what time of the year to plant different things. Again, thousands of kinds of potatoes I've never tried. They had 100 different kinds of avocados you've never seen here in America.
This is my room in Machu Picchu.
Okay, well, there's my pith helmet. I got much teased about that, but I don't care. This was very fun right here until I saw bats with 3.5-foot wingspans. That scared, very scary. Michael Keaton-sized bats flying down through here, and I had the windows open. I was feeling good.
Fish with a corn mash in Peru.
Well, they love their corn, they love their potatoes, and again, it's a unique food experience, unlike anything I've ever had. This was they had a thing called the Panty Ripper, which if you take it, you have to have sex, men and women. And then next door was the ayahuasca camp where people were about ready to do ayahuasca. I did not partake in the ayahuasca, but I asked online, would you partake?
And they're very proud of their 3,000 different kinds of potatoes. And their chips,
told them,
very weird,
are the best you've ever had.
Because I made
Look how weird those chips look.
in low quantities.
What's with my shirt open like that? Must have felt very sexy that day. So this is alpaca, which is like a llama kind of thing. Looks like a giraffe and a camel had a kid. And this is the town square, the belly button of the world. The Incans believe this was the belly button, the center of the universe. And I'm sitting having pisco sours and yucca fries and llama. And this here is Machu Picchu. And you're going to see some stuff here that doesn't look real. I assure you, nothing is fake. You're going to see some stuff. Does that look real to you? It's otherworldly, and you're out of breath, and you feel close to God. And it's just magnificent. It's a 2.5-hour hike. This is a nasty thing that I was warned against. It's about this big, a wasp, and it injects its eggs and other creatures, and then they explode. This was the river behind my hotel in Cusco, and just beautiful. Also attached to this was the hot spring where you saw the girls swimming. This is where I went to have guinea pig. It's a Michelin-starred restaurant, I believe. Astrid and Gaston, I think is what it's called. And there's my friend going in, and the sound is not good. Okay, it's okay. Oh,
Would you eat guinea pig?
I did. It's rodent. The skin was yummy. They keep the head on, and the lips peel back, and you see the teeth. That was creepy.
Peru. So this is Peruvian mashed potatoes.
2,000 kinds of potatoes. So look at how weird these potatoes are. And there I am next to the Cooey Man.
This is great, Mr. Cooey.
Is that what it's called?
They serve guinea pig.
Mr. Cooey, the guinea pig
Chicago.
stand.
Chicago.
And I raise guinea pigs with my daughter, and I hate them. I can't stand the little.
I hated them.
Oh, I can't stand them.
And I went inside there
I
and
want to
had
eat
a
one.
barbecued one.
Let's go inside.
There it is. Guinea pig, alpaca. They have a
Look at this. Great empanada place.
1700s.
Chicken.
And up there's chicken.
And
There's the guinea pig. And the
how
oven
do you think this oven is?
Oh, it was fantastic.
It's
Unbelievable.
1700s.
Wow. So I guess it's not cocaine anymore in Peru. If you want to get through altitude sickness, it's this. That's what
Yeah, I did the cocoa leaves, but
this is where the Incan people believe the center of the universe was. I'm actually in a place in Peru
belly button of
called
the
the belly
universe.
button.
So this was an ancient tunnel that I wandered off into, and quite claustrophobic. They were little people. They were not big Americans. So, but you can just, well, with your imagination, imagine them running through there as the Spanish were coming up the mountains to conquer them. And so these are the rocks they say that we couldn't do now. I believe we could, but look at how intricate they are. I mean, these people were very smart. And again, we're going back, I think, 1400s for this. Look at, and the size of those rocks were bigger than me. Then I ended up at with the Navy at a party. We all sang Village People songs. No. And I guess that's it. That's some of it. I had more beautiful women. The girl at the Glock booth was, well, whatever. I think you saw her. Peru. I recommend it. The Smith brothers, the furniture people, when I moved out to Amet, I said, I can't really relate to the suburbs. I don't get it. And he said, well, which one was it? Tim Smith said to me, he goes, the way they humble brag is they talk about their vacations and you have to top each other with vacations. I've never done that. I'm not trying to top anybody. Peru, really something, really different, really foreign. Way different from Japan. Japan is orderly, and I love that. Peru is chaotic and wild. You may want to avoid the innards section of the market. The innards section. So as my mom used to say, shut up. Good night.